During my time in the service, I was in admin and personnel. However, I spent time as a drill sergeant, equal opportunity advisor, IG, and drill sergeant. I worked hard to get there. You know, all those times as first sergeants and drill sergeant duty and everything that they gave me, I did, and I did well. And I had great mentors when I was at Fort Bragg. I had a Sergeant Major Jesse Dalton Anderson, and he was kind of the one that wrapped his arms around me when I was a baby and told me to behave, and every time I'd get stupid, he'd slap me around a little bit. But he was the one that, him and my first sergeant, Emmanuel T. Govea, those are two guys I really remember. When I was at Fort Bragg, and we were out on a field exercise, and First Sergeant Govea was my first sergeant, and I was the rations clerk. We had Class 1 at the time. And we were down by Savannah. We were down out on a field exercise. We had driven down there. And I can remember being asleep in my little GP Small, because I was the only female out there, and the First Sergeant's tent and the Class 1 NCO were right next door in their own tent. And all of a sudden I can hear, and it's really dark and it's really early in the morning, I hear this, First Sergeant, First Sergeant. And I hear First Sergeant in the tent next to me say to the, oh, it was First Sergeant, it's the 82nd. And I can hear him say to the ration NCO, what the hell do we short him this time? So, but I mean, it's like 3:30 in the morning, it's dark. So I hear going by, and I get up and get dressed, and I stumble outside, and I'm looking around. I think I was at E4 at the time. And all this noise and all this commotion is going on, and all of a sudden they've got this bulldozer in there, and they're digging trenches, and they're literally backing up with deuce and a halves and kicking cases of milk and stuff right off into these holes and just plowing over them. And I look over, and the other company that was out near us was the mortuary folks. And I realized they're gone. They're gone. Well, within, I don't know, maybe 5 hours, I was sitting on Green Ramp at Fort Bragg, where I had this greasy weapon. They didn't even give me my own greasy weapon that we were cleaning, because there was, I think it was Guyana, there was some kind of uprising, and they were getting ready to go. We sat there for 3 days, and then nothing happened, and we went back home. But that one stuck with me, because it was like, you're out of there, you're on the plane, you're back at Bragg, and you're sitting on Green Ramp getting ready to go. Just that quick. My husband, actually, I met him over in Germany on my last tour, and we got married. He's a longtime Legion member. As a matter of fact, he was still on active duty, and he was stationed out in Oregon, and he was the Klamath Falls post. I don't know what it was. I didn't know him at the time, but he was their post commander, so he was already wrapped up and active in it. And when we got back to the States, he said, you got to join the Legion. I said, what for? You know, a bunch of old guys sitting around a bar. And he goes, no, really, we do good things. Went up to Lansing, Michigan, because I had a MEPS assignment as a first sergeant, and found a little post in Hazlitt. And that's where things began to change, because we went there, I liked the folks, then all of a sudden I got involved in oratorical, and they did good things. I remember my daughter had her 16th birthday kind of in the post. It was just a nice place to go. You didn't mind going there. They had shuffleboard tournaments. They did things in the community. So that got me kind of warmed up. I got around to retiring, and we moved up here to the Douglasville area, and I became a member of Post 145 just because it's down the street, and wasn't here very long before I was approached and someone said, hey, you want to be the post adjutant? Because the person that was doing, who later became one of our department commanders, was moving up the chair somewhere and didn't have time to be the post adjutant. She'd been the post adjutant for a number of years. So I said, sure, and it just went from there. I just got involved, and I did Fort Chaplain stuff. I've done oratorical. I got involved with Georgia Boy State, which I really love. It's really an impressive program. Been a post commander here, did 3 years as the post commander here. First and only female commander post has ever had. District commander. And now I like my time as an assistant sergeant at arms at the department level. I just like that just fine. We help people. We help people. All the time we're helping people. We're out there making sure that the right things are being done for our veterans, or we're fighting for the right things to be done for our veterans. It's doing the work on Comfort Warrior. I remember when Commander Morin first went to Lomstool, and he came back and he was just, they don't have any clothes, they don't have this. I took an excerpt of what he said and kind of wrote a letter to the editor here and had it published, and we raised $3,000 right here in this town in about a week's time. Just, that's what we do.